Well, it is the season of giving, and Lords of the Fallen finally decided to release some content that we can actually play and enjoy. Today on Lords of the Fallen's weekly update, they announced a 2-part update series that's going to bring content to the game for at least the next 2 weeks, and this should close out all of the roadmap items that they promised us before the end of the year. Now, before we jump into the video, I just want to thank everyone. We finally reached 100 subscribers, and that may not sound like a lot to some people, but to me, it's a lot, and I appreciate it. The next goal for me is 500. So as always, if you enjoyed this content, please consider liking and subscribing. Now let's get into it. So this update is called the Season of Revelry. It's update version 1.1.394. And in these patch notes, it kind of hints at 2 weeks worth of events, but we're just going to dive into this week's and give you all the information that was released. And we'll be back next week to continue with the rest of the information. All right, let's get into it. Glad tidings, lampbearers of Mornstead, for the Season of Revelry is upon us. A 2-part bumper update spread over this week and next, bringing with it a whole smorgasbord of goodies, including new quest lines, festive armor sets, some highly requested quality of life features, seasonal decorations, and much, much more. As stated many times previously, we cannot overstate our appreciation of your ongoing support, passion, and dedication since our launch in October, and hope our roadmap of free content goes some way to express this gratitude. We've released over 30 post-release updates with plenty of updates, and nearly all of which have contributed towards today's stability and performance. In addition to the many refinements to overall balancing, we're extremely pleased with the result and couldn't have done it without the help of you, our community of Crusaders. So raise your lanterns, one and all, and let the Season of Revelry begin. As you can see in the screenshot, there's the part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is Offerings Orius, and part 2 is Trial of the Three Spirits. These are the different things that are going to be in it. So for today, we're going to be covering part 1. So update 1, it looks like there's some spoilers here. I am going to highlight over these spoilers in this video. So if you don't want to see what it says, go ahead and flip through this part. Update 1, Offering of Orius, out today. Spell pack number 2. The second of our 2 post-release spell packs lands today and includes the Arena Devastating Immolation, Brother Knight's Radiant Shield Throw, and the ability to shoot skin-piercing icicles from your fingertips. That sounds cool. New projectiles. Give the gift of blood vomit this holiday. One of 3 new projectiles alongside explosive mines and frost worms. Okay, we got new boss abilities, guys. So if you didn't know about these and you don't want to see them, then I suggest you click through now. Up until now, the Light Reaper's dual blades, an old Pieta and Elaine sword combo, and the stick had secret abilities. But seeing how popular these have been, we quickly got to working on adding secret abilities to all boss weapons, including an eruption of bouncing flame from the Abbess's greatsword and the power to shoot a torrent of burning blades with the Father of Mystery's great hammer. But you will have to perform certain tasks in order to unlock these devastating secret attacks. Holiday decorations. Yes, even the heinous hordes of Adir take the time to spread a little seasonal joy, lovingly beckoning the vestiges they patrol so vehemently in festive decor. So update 2, Trial of the Three Spirits, out next week. Trial of the Three Spirits. 3 new quest lines, 3 new armor sets, 3 new weapons, each representing one of the 3 factions, Radiance, Rogar, and Umbral. More will be revealed next week as to what arduous ordeals you'll need to overcome in order to reap such splendiferous rewards. Mirror of Distortion, one of your most highly requested features. Next week's update includes a quest line, the successors of which will unlock a mysterious mirror possessing the power to alter your very physiognomy. I think that's right. Why don't they just say you can alter your appearance? They gotta use big words, I guess. You'll be able to alter your body, shape, gender, skin tone, hair color, and facial features. And name. New Grievous Attacks. Every family of weapon now has 2 unique finishers. One for single-handed wielding and one for 2-handed wielding. Storage box. Another item that's been extremely high on your Christmas wish list. We're delighted to confirm that Skyrest Bridge will now be graced with a coffer next week where you can deposit up to 2,000 items, helping to free up your inventory space. Gamepad Rebind. Clearly on Santa's good list this year, you'll also be receiving the ability to rebind your gamepad, having been able to remap mouse and keyboard since launch. Snowballs, a fourth new throwable. The festive season has well and truly arrived in Mornstead in the form of throwable snowballs. Throw them at enemies or invaders alike until they're frostbit. Please find this week's full patch notes below, and we hope you enjoy the new content. Season of Revelry, offering of Orius. Farmable faction shrines. By popular demand, you can now farm the faction shrine currencies out of elites of every faction. It's a rare loot drop, but can be farmed without engaging with multiplayer systems and using pause for additional drop rates. Quest. Fixed an issue with Kukujin's quest that could prevent players from finishing up. Please be aware that this change does not fix existing save games automatically. You will need to defeat an additional boss where she can help, or it will be unlocked. It also prevents the bug from happening ever again. Thanks for providing the save game, which helped us track down and fix the issue quicker. Multiplayer. Improved the multiplayer online experience to be more reactive. As a result, this change will now allow players to easier dodge enemy attacks and not get stun locked. Fixed an issue that prevented charred fingers to grant increased rewards upon completion. Added missing collision to moth walls and Pilgrim's Perch. Adjusted invasion areas and moth walls to prevent invaders getting trapped near the castle, the Fife of the Chilled Curse. Disabled an invasion area in Pilgrim's Perch and adjusted moth walls accordingly. Adjusted Crimson Ritual to prevent door interactions throughout the whole encounter. Fixed missing visual effects on moth walls near the entrance of the Sunless Skeen Mines. Enlarged moth walls to prevent players from leaving the Crimson Ritual and the Ice Tunnel in Fife of the Chilled Curse. Fixed an issue that can cause the animations of Reinhold the Immured to play incorrectly while in multiplayer. Fixed an issue that could cause the co-op's partner resources and buffs to reset after a forced teleport to the host. Fixed an issue related to cooperative multiplayer where the client could be teleported to the host unexpectedly even after being teleported to the host at the beginning of the boss encounter. Fixed an issue that could cause the client's UI to partially become unresponsive upon assigning items to the quick access slot during a multiplayer session. Fixed an issue that could cause the co-op partner to recover all resources after being revived or teleported to the host. Fixed an issue that could cause the co-op partner to be affected by their own umbral type spells. All right, next up we got collisions, my favorite part. Fixed an issue where players could leave the boss encounter of the Hollow Crow by jumping on branches in the back of the arena. Added missing collisions to umbral walls in depth. Fixed a collision issue caused players to fall through the world in Mother's Law. Fixed collision issues in Umbral Wall in the cellar and manse of the Hollow Brothers. Fixed a collision issue to prevent players from accessing unattended areas near the market of Upper Calrath. Added missing collisions to Umbral assets near a ladder in the Sunless Skeen Mines. Fixed a collision issue to prevent players from accessing unattended areas near the entrance of the Sunless Skeen Mines. Fixed a collision issue to prevent players from falling through the world next to the gate leading to Fife of the Chilled Curse. Fixed a collision issue that allowed players to skip the Blessed Carrion Knight Shanisho boss encounter by jumping on a brazier and then bypassing the moth wall. Fixed an issue where the player could clip through umbral assets next to the vestige of Hooded Antuli. Fixed a collision issue that could cause players to get stuck on crystal structures near the last conflagrant seer in Brammus Castle. Fixed a collision issue that could cause players to fall through the world near the umbral puzzle at the second part of Pilgrim's Perch. Fixed an issue to prevent players from accessing unattended areas at the beginning of Revelation's Depths. Fixed an issue where a player character could clip through umbral assets near the fence behind the ruins of Revelation Depths. Fixed several umbral collision issues near the runes in Revelation Depths. Fixed a collision that could cause players to fall into an inaccessible area and get stuck near Revelation's Depths. Fixed collision issues caused by a net in the flooded room in the Sunless Skeen Mines. We got audio. Increase the audio volume of the Iron Wayfarer to be more in line with the game's audio levels. Added door closing sound effects to to the elevator and cistern, adjusted and improved the sound effects of the Light Reaper, improved the explosion sound effects in the second phase of Judge Cleric's The Radiant Sentinel, added new sound effects to the second phase of the boss encounter with the Light Reaper, added missing sound effects to the range attack of Blessed Reflection, added missing sound effects to the explosions caused by the weapon abilities of Pieta's Sword. So many typos in these things. Added ambient bell sounds to the arena in the Empyrean. Legendary Edition now has its own main menu score. Next up, we have bosses. Fixed an issue that can cause the Blessed Carrion Knight Sanisho to drop the player's vigor rather than absorbing it, then killing the player. Fixed an issue that allowed players to skip the boss encounter in the cistern to get the item from the umbral container by quitting out mid-fight. Fixed an issue that could cause the Hush Saint to lose player focus when defeating a summoned NPC, right? Visuals. Fixed an issue that caused the Lucent Beam to be invisible. Fixed an issue that could cause the whole area to disappear near the Shrine of Adir. Fixed an issue where the player could clip with umbral assets in the library of the Empyrean. Fixed an issue where the player could clip through umbral assets in Lower Calrath. Added physical materials and movement to the bells in Empyrean. Fixed an issue where throwable items did not affect the water surface in any way. Next up, we have gameplay. Fixed an issue that could cause the player characters to play the Moth Wall enter animation while dying. Fixed an issue that could prevent water to deal damage to enemies and players. Scroll down some more. We have runes. Fixed an issue with the runes Makiv and Dawi now working properly on certain weapons. Fixed an issue that prevented players from socketing runes using keyboard input in Gurladine Shop. Next up, we have others. Fixed an issue that could display the wrong character level when using a Rebirth Crystallis in a specific way. Fixed an issue that prevents players from discarding some items. Fixed an issue that prevented Umbral Eyes to be droppable. Additional pass to reduce the number of actors casting shadows, small objects, and minor details in the Abbey of the Hallowed Sister. No loss in quality. Updated roadmap. While the entire studio continues to work incredibly hard on our free content roadmap, we decided to release the New Game Plus modifiers early next year to ensure very best possible quality. We thank you for your understanding and look forward to sharing more information shortly. In light we walk. So that's it, everyone. That's the update for this week. Make sure to hop into the game, start playing with the new content, look for the new spells. I'll be personally jumping into the game tonight and this weekend to kind of discover everything. I'll try to get out a video for the new spells maybe. We'll see how it goes. But looking forward to next week's quest as well. So I'll be back next week, if not with another update. And as always, catch you on the next one.